Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve with Real Progressives. Getting ready to head to Washington, D.C. to get ready for the Workers' March tomorrow. I'll be speaking there. It's at McPherson Square. I believe the event begins at like 10 a.m. I'm pretty excited. Joe Firestone will be joining me there in McPherson Square. And ultimately, looking forward to another opportunity to speak in the nation's capital. But what I want to talk about tonight, before I get headed to Washington, D.C., is this disease that is hitting us left, right, and center. Everywhere you go, the tribalism within our left-wing movement has gotten to a fever pitch. People calling each other sheepdogs, people calling each other sellouts, people calling each other fucking all kinds of stupid shit. People not knowing their ass from their elbow. They're sitting there, contempt prior to investigation before they ever even understand. They just automatically reject something right out of line. I mean, the amount of ignorance in our movement is really, really corrosive to any kind of progress. You can't have progress where people who are taking what didn't work before, the thing that didn't work before, they're taking this thing, this model, this paradigm that didn't work before. And they're basing the movement, the things you're doing to try and move the ball forward. And they're saying, that's wrong, that's crazy, that's stupid, that's this, that. And then when you ask them to explain it, you ask them to explain it, they can't do it. They can't do it. Why do you suppose somebody that can't explain something would have a reason to open their mouth to begin with? If you don't know something, why in the world would you presume to teach somebody else? Why would you even bother opening your yap? Why would you say something? Why not find it to be okay to be a student every once in a while? Why you got to be a teacher when you ain't a teacher? If you don't have the knowledge, why are you trying to step? Why wouldn't you want to fix that which is broken? When you see that our efforts that we've tried for all these years have not worked, why would you continue to suck us back that way when we're trying to show you a new way? I'm just asking questions, folks. I'm just asking a couple questions. I don't understand. Now, the biggest one of them all is, for me, the economic stuff, right? I have literally got the shallow pool of the guppy pool coming after me, left, right, and center, saying all kinds of ridiculous stuff. Ridiculous stuff. I was on the phone last night talking with the Jammu Baraka. Just to show you that I do love the Green Party too, right? And I'm on the phone with him. I'm going to be on the Green Party News Network, not this Thursday, but following Thursday night. With a Jammu. Probably talking economics. But all you end up doing with these people when you're trying to explain this stuff, guys, I bring experts here. People that really know what they're talking about are trying to make a progressive agenda come to fruition. And these people spend their time, they come here and they spend their time trying to tell us we're wrong. And if I didn't think it would give them publicity, if I didn't think it would elevate their ludicrous mentality, I'd bring them on, debate them in public to really, really destroy the idiocy. To destroy the idiocy. Bring them on and have them face-to-face split screen and crush their soul. Because it's that important. When you think about the stuff that's going on right now, and you consider the lives of your children, and you consider the lives of your neighbor's children, and you consider the calamity that is happening right now today, so many of our problems come from trying to shoehorn things of yesteryear into a forward-thinking movement. How in the world can you go forward by going backwards? Help me understand this. When I talk about a federal job guarantee to eradicate involuntary unemployment, instead of people saying, yes, people should never be held destitute to the capitalists. We should be able to demand and have all the benefits and have a living wage, not just $15 an hour. But no, these turd burglars come back at you and they say, what about a UBI, the robots, the this, the that, the other? And then I don't even know how to fathom people that would somehow or another co-sign involuntary unemployment where people are destitute. It's a sign of worthlessness, right? I mean, seriously, let's call a spade a spade. It's a sign of worthlessness to block people from seeking full employment. It's a sign of horrific people to block full employment. And it's not a forced thing. It's not we're talking about allowing people to self-actualize. We're talking about giving it to the local communities to design what will make their communities better. Democratically selecting jobs that are not profitable. Think about this. But they come in, they saunter in, and they tell you you're wrong, and they can't explain why. When you debunk their bullshit, they call you, oh, he's establishment. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. They can't beat you, so they just cut you with the stupid tribal bullshit. Worthless stuff, right? Stuff that deprives them of the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness because God or whoever is talking about something other than the dullard that is there to deprive others of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. When these people would stand in the way of families surviving because of their own ideological proclivity and their own tribalism, that is disgusting. It is disgusting. Our government is FUBAR. And without a mass amount of people, how hard is it to stand together for full employment? How hard is it to stand together for single-payer health care? How hard is it to stand together for paid family and medical leave? How hard is that? How hard is it to work for free college for all and for student debt relief or elimination? How hard is that? Why is that remotely controversial? Why is this in any way controversial? If you don't understand how the system works, and I can do it fucking right from the Treasury to the Fed, from Congress back and forth, if you can't do that, why would you presume to have an opinion instead of just learning? Why wouldn't you take the time to learn instead of sit there and just saunter around killing people by your idiocy? This is what our movement is largely made up of, folks. I wish I was lying. I wish it wasn't like this. But we have so many full cups out there. So many full cups that will not learn, will not listen, are steeped in ridiculous conspiracies. Worthless conspiracies. Easily debunked conspiracies. Folks, if you don't know what the job of the Federal Reserve is, then don't ever say end the Fed if you don't know what the fuck it does. If you don't know what it does, don't speak. Just say, can you teach me? Because I don't know. Alex Jones does not qualify to be a good teacher of what the Federal Reserve is. Do you understand? I mean, seriously, this is the straight dope. Done with the bullshit. Done with the bullshit. And if you don't understand the massive amount of desperate people out there right now that need help, but we sit there and cock block it. We cock block it with this stupid, well, we got to do this, we got to change that, we got to fix this, we got to fix that, we got to tear it all down, we got to burn it down. My kids don't have time to wait for you to get your conspiracy fix on. My kids don't have time for you to satisfy your conspiracy fix. The rest of the planet doesn't have time for you to solve some problem that does not exist. There is no fractional reserve system. So why the fuck are you going to try and propose a law that would end it? Why would you do that? That is one step too many to block us being able to spend the money we need to get education fixed in America. That's one step too many to fix single-payer health care. It's one step too many to provide student debt relief today. It's one step too many to keep unemployment down so we don't have suicides. If you think we need to green the dollar or do this or do that before we can do these things, then you are a part of the problem. That is the straight skinny right there, friends. The straight dope. If you believe we've got to do all these things before we can get to helping people, oh, well, we can't do that yet because we don't have, we got to end the Fed before, we can't do that before that. What about the debt? What about the debt? What about the fucking debt? What about it? I want to save the planet today. When the planet is uninhabitable and you want to worry about some fake, nonsensical, gold standard inflation bullshit, well, you could do that after the big kids save the fucking planet. You can go worry about your stupid shit that I can debunk like that. If you're so sweating inflation because you think you know so much, I know so much. I know so much. If that's how you're going to do it, I don't know how to get the fuck off this planet fast enough to save my family. I need to save my family from FUBAR people that sit there and buy this debt and deficit shit. It's just paper. If we have resources that need the funding, damn it, we got the money to do it. Stop these games, these Austrian games. Well, Ron Paul said, fuck Ron Paul. Fuck Ron Paul. And fuck Alex Jones. It's time for us to care about the people that are dying. If you say we can't have any more wars for oil, the U.S. has got to stop these wars for oil. Gotta stop them. Well, damn it, put your money where your mouth is and stop whining about debt and deficits and start getting us some federal financing for green energy today. You want to worry about the military-industrial complex? I tell you what. Why don't you make a federal job guarantee so all the kids don't feel like the only place they can go is the military? You want to see some changes? That's how you put your money where your mouth is. Stop telling me about robots. I don't care about robots. Somebody's got to fix the fucking robot. Somebody's got to fix my bridges down the street from here. Somebody's got to fix my kid's school. Somebody's got to fix the fucking planet. And it isn't going to happen from a robot. Stop telling me bourgeois. I don't care about twisting the ties on a Tootsie Pop. If the jobs of stupid shit goes there, we've got tons of blue-collar work being not done today. Today, right this second. Everywhere I go, there's a median strip that's FUBAR. Everywhere I go, there's a bridge that's falling apart. Everywhere I go, there's kids that can't go to music class because they can't afford it. We've got work out the wazoo that is not being done because it's not profitable to the man. Potholes, bingo. We've got so much work, it is not even funny that is not being done anymore because we've claimed that we're broke and we can't afford it. It's time for us to stop using right-wing logic when we're sitting there talking about economics. Let the right wing be the right wing. You know why I don't talk about them? Because people in our own midst do the damage for the right wing. We've got bozo, just freaking FUBAR people taking right-wing logic and trying to make me fucking sign on to right-wing Milton Friedman logic. No, absolutely, unequivocally, no, won't do it. Will not do it. Stop telling me about how much debt we have. Stop telling me about the dreaded deficit. Public sector deficits are private sector surpluses. Taxes at the federal level do not fund spending. So if we delete the taxes, who the fuck are you to fuck us by telling me we got to raise taxes or this, that, and the other to pay for things when you know full well that every single frickin' Republican has signed the Grover Norquist pledge to not raise taxes. So instantly you know that if you try and put a bill forward that raises taxes, it's an effort in, oh yeah, we're edgy, look at this bill. It had no chance of passing. You knew it right then, and you still put it out there. You're killing people with your lies. You are killing people with that lie. And everybody talks about the deep state, the deep stupid. What are you going to do about the deep stupid? Are you going to put a freaking bar of soap in their fucking bathtub and let them slip on it and crack their skull to end the deep state? What are you going to do? Are you going to go ahead and poison the Rothschilds' green tea, their Earl Grey with a little arsenic? No? Then shut up. Let's focus on what we can do. What is actionable today? Stop following the trail of these charlatans, these liars, these purveyors of idiocy. If someone can't break down the mechanical operations of the way stuff goes back and forth from tax receipt to a new dollar created, they should not be listened to for economic advice. They should not be. Doesn't mean they have to be shamed. Doesn't mean they have to be beaten up. But if they stay stuck, there's a life on the end of the line of that idiocy. There is a life at the end of the line for every fool that thinks our government is broke. There is somebody out there that's going to die as a result of that lie. There is a person going to die for every one of these fucking lies. You think I'm fucking with you? I'm not fucking with you. Straight dope. This is why it's so important. When I see different media outlets pushing these narratives about how are you going to pay for it, I literally envision them whipping out Uzi 9mm and putting it to a child's head, uncorking a round. That's what I see when I hear people say that. That's how lethal ignorance is. And I don't care if every fucking person on the planet despises real progressives, despises me. I don't care. Guys, I am used to being hated, and I'm okay with it. I'm a metalhead. I get it. Do you understand me? I am a metalhead. I get it. I'm used to walking the hallways with a cut-off jean jacket and a leather jacket underneath with a Kill 'Em All shirt. I'm used to walking around with the hunch with the long hair, ready to fight. I don't want that anymore. I want to save people today, but I'm used to being hated. And I want us as a nation, as a movement, to stop repeating the lies that made us bad to begin with. We have choices, folks. We really, really do. And truth is really there for the taking. We don't need a grand conspiracy to get there. The fact of the matter is that they've convinced you that you don't deserve anything nice. They've convinced you to accept crumbs. They've convinced you that they've got to do a million things before they can save your life. They are lying to you. They are lying to you. Now, what about this in any way, shape, or form sounds Republican? What about what I've said in any way, shape, or form sounds LOL libertarian? What about any of this sounds establishment? Does this fucking sound establishment to you? If it does, then we're on the wrong fucking team, ain't we? The wrong fucking team. I'm here to tell you, we must spend on the 99%. We must spend money into the people. We must spend money. We must provide a standard of living for regular Americans that cannot be taken away by the capitalists and the rentiers. It can't be fucked with by Wall Street because we're pegged to the labor standard, folks. We're pegged to the labor state. We're pegged to people. People are our greatest resource, and we keep leaving them fucking die. Why? We've been conditioned to get beaten down. It's time to rise up and take our power back. Stop peddling the man's lies. Stop carrying the man's water. We have the ability right now, without a million changes, to fucking spend on us right now. For 40 years, these bastard neoliberals have literally shoved all of our money into private debt, where that private debt interest goes straight up to Wall Street. They've stopped spending on the 99%, and they pushed all policy to the Fed. That's why you hate the Fed, because you've watched Congress abdicate its responsibility. You have watched Congress abdicate its responsibility as the fiscal, the new money spender, as its role in our Constitution, Article 1, Section 8. Our Congress is failing us. Our Congress is destroying us, and it's up to us to hold our Congress accountable. Stop with the conspiracy shit. This is real fucking simple. It's super, super simple. So with that, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Zach Haller is going to take my slot because I'm going to be in transit to Washington, D.C. And he's going to talk about the transcripts from the DNC hearing down in Florida. And let me tell you, it's a juicy, juicy, juicy pile of DNC garbage. And it is time for us to rise the fuck up. Tomorrow, I will be with a bunch of fucking hardcore labor-oriented folks fighting for workers' rights in the nation's capital. And I hope every one of you that can get down there to McPherson Square, come and join us. We're there to talk about a federal job guarantee. We're there to talk about empowering a nation. And I'm asking you to stop following the dullards that don't understand economics, but make really cute tweets and make really cute memes and make really, really cute little sound bites that you go, yeah, take them down, man. If you don't know what you're doing, take a minute. It's worth the time. Swear to God, folks, it is worth the time to read the links and learn, to actually learn and be competent, because our enemy, folks, our enemy is brilliant. They're evil and brilliant, and they do their homework, and they know what keeps us down. They know what keeps us down, and they're depending on you and I to keep each other down. They're depending on it, folks. There is no time to sit there and go tribal. There is no time to sit there and shit on each other. Our enemy is ruthless. Ruthless. Stand for righteousness, folks. Stand for truth. Truth. And fuck the establishment. I'm Steve Grumbine. We're Real Progressives. Have a good day, everybody.